Hey, champ, how you doing?
Wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, and that is the voice of the UFC Welterweight Champion, the Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Usman. Man, I am so glad that we got you on the show today. UFC 278, you going up against Leon Edwards for that UFC Welterweight Champion. Now, I know that you won that first fight, and it was such a long time ago, and you guys have both changed as fighters. But have you watched that fight for any preparation for this fight here?
Yes, actually, I've watched it a couple of times with my coaches, and we just kind of wanted to look at the tendencies and look at certain things, because that doesn't lie. For me, your heart doesn't lie, and that's one of the biggest things that I took away from that first fight.
All right, and I want to take you back just a little bit to the UFC Apex a few weeks ago for UFC Vegas Fight Night when your brother won the Ultimate Fighter. You guys are the first pair of brothers to win the Ultimate Fighter. I was there. How did that feel for you and the family to see your brother finally achieve what he following in your footsteps almost? But he said that, hey, the name doesn't matter if he doesn't go out there and win the fight, and he won. So how much did that mean to you and the family?
It means a lot. Nowadays, very rare to be the first to do anything, and to be the first pair to win that in such an incredible and big, long-standing show, it means a ton.
Now, Kamaru, I know that you are a wrestler through and through. Wrestling is your strong suit. It is your specialty. But recently, your stand-up game is getting better. We all know that knockout you've got against Jorge Masvidal, a highlight, one that's going to be shown on the highlight reels for years to come. But when it comes to Leon Edwards in the striking game, how confident are you to just stand and trade with him before you try to take him down?
I'm confident with anyone. A fight is a fight. And I don't shy away from that. That's one thing. If there's one thing that I do better than anyone, it's the fact that I can get it done in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I win. That's what I do. I'm a winner. And if Leon Edwards is thinking that I'm not going to strike with him, then he's in for a rude awakening. But I'm going to go out there, I'm going to do my job. I am the perfect best for a reason. And Saturday night is just another opportunity for me to show that.
Yes, and you are one of the best in the world, pound for pound, when it comes to your legacy, because you've defended this title so many times I've lost count. But when it comes to your legacy at 170, what else is there for you to prove in this weight class?
Oh, that's a good question. There's always a lot. There's room for improvement every time. And that's my goal. I just want to improve. Any and every time that I get in there, I just want to improve. I want to get better. And so as long as I'm doing that, the sky's the limit for me.
And then speaking of that legacy, you've mentioned you wouldn't want to move up to middleweight, out of respect to Israel Adesanya, the UFC middleweight champion, but a move up to light heavyweight. How realistic is that for you? I know you're good on the height at 6 foot, but what are you cutting down already to get to 170?
I'm cutting a little bit. I walk around about 195 to 197. And it's not necessarily about the weight, and that's the biggest thing about this for me. I want to be able to show when they say pound for pound, for me, pound for pound means it doesn't matter which weight they put your style of fight, you will be victorious. And yes, this is not ideal, but why not actually show the world that I can do it while I'm still here? So I don't want it to just be a conversation piece to everyone. I want them to actually know that, there's a guy that was a pound for pound because he could get it done.
Man, that is so interesting for you to say for me, because when I look at that, yes, the legacy, that would make you not one of the best fighters, the best fighter, because that's never been done in the UFC, unseen before. But coming back to this fight here, Leon Edwards, UFC 278 in Salt Lake City. First off, how you liking Salt Lake City, man? My previous guest, we were talking about it, and it's a little bit of an odd place for the UFC to be having an event. So what is your take on Salt Lake City real quick?
Yeah, it's a little bit of an odd place, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where you're at. At the end of the day, I'm here to do a job, and I do my job well. So It's the opponent, we might feel like it's an odd place, but it's never an odd place to get your butt whipped. So, probably not. That's what I'm going to do. I'm contracted to come here and whip someone's butt. So that's not an odd thing for me at all.
All right, champ, only a couple of more questions for you. And again, we're talking to Kamaru Usman, the UFC Welterweight Champion of the world. Now, man, I got to ask you, when did you start saying to yourself, I'm that guy, and I don't have to wear shirts anymore when I come to these press conferences?
For me, it was just, the thing is, like, fighting, everyone associates us with just, like we're these barbarians, and we're this, all we're supposed to do is just fight, bleed, and shut up and go home. And what puts us in that corner? No, it's not that. I'm a fighter. Yes, and I do that very well, but I'm also a father. I'm also a loving father, and I love love. And on top of that, I'm fresh. I'm young, I'm fly, and I'm fresh. So it just came down to the point where I didn't care what people were saying anymore, because it's like you can never please everybody. So, and if you ever talk to an older man, they would tell you, they wish they would have done this while they were at that time. They wish they would have done this while they had that opportunity. So I'm just in a place and a part of my life and in my career to where I'm just like, you know what? It's no shirt all summer, chest out all summer. So it don't matter, now I have the body to do it. When I'm 60, it's not going to be the same. So why not? I want to live each and every moment now to the fullest. But that does not take away from what I do and how I work.
All right, man, last one for you. Something that you just said right there that I want to circle back to. You mentioned about being a father and just these other facets of just being a fighter, but a person, and people not seeing that sometimes. So what's something about being a UFC champion that other people don't realize the work that it takes to get into it? And just something that you want people to know about yourself that maybe they just don't see when they only tune in on Saturdays to watch a fight.
Yeah, one of the biggest things is people they don't understand the preparation that it takes to be able to get in there and perform for 25 minutes. All they see is that 25 minutes, and they're just like, oh, that guy didn't look good, or that guy didn't do this, or that guy did that. But they don't understand what you have to go through. A lot of these fights people come into with very, very serious injuries. But in the name of entertaining the masses, they still go through it. They're still willing to come through and try to perform. And so that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand, and a lot of people don't get. But for me, it's, I prepare, I give my all to this, prepare as hard as I can, and I go out there and perform. And I can't wait after performing to get home to my daughter, because that's where I actually love to spend my time. So I can't wait. I can't wait this Saturday, UFC 278. It's going to be a spectacular night.
All right, that's a mic drop right there. Thank you for your time today, champ, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
All right, and that was UFC Welterweight Champion Kamaru Usman. I'm so thankful that he was able to join us here on the Fight Game. Thank you to the UFC for getting that all worked out, because, man, that was a bit of a scramble. Hey, I thought I lost him. I thought the interview was gone. Dreams were crushed. I don't get the champ on the show, but hey, man, the UFC worked a little magic for me. We're still able to get Kamaru Usman on in time for the show,